I'm going to bring in, so this is my one that you can see, maybe there we go, without the packaging. So there's all the words on that one there. So I've got my bits and pieces all ready. So if I bring these ones here, so what you're going to see with these ones, I've got some vellum that we're going to do some foiling onto. Then we're also going to do the gold with that one. Then we've also got the cardstock just here, wee bit of cardstock and another wee bit of cardstock with the gold. So I need my words. I'm then going to take, I think I will take the baubles from this one. Take the baubles like this one, and I think, there we go, baubles and background, and then that's these ones here, and then I think if we also then just do Christmas wishes. So I was this one here, Christmas wishes, like that. There we go. So we've got all these ones all ready to go. Bringing in our foil press again, like this one. Bringing this in and getting ourselves ready. So we're already sitting at 30 seconds for the background. So what that just means is with this one here, we're going to go for 45 seconds because we're onto vellum. Again, it tells you with the vellum within the matrix, so it steps you through it. Because it's the larger one, it's 40 seconds. So before I pop that on, what we're going to do is bring that all the way up there to 45 seconds. And then I'm just going to press start. I am just going to pop mine just over the top. So I'm going to get my bits and pieces ready. So I've got my vellum ready to go. I've got my gold foil ready to go. And I also, once again, just need my shim, which I misplaced. So what we can just do is I can just then cut another one. So I'm ready to go. So there we go. If you've got any bits of scrap 300 GSM, then you'd be best to use that because you don't want to use your good stuff like I'm doing. But obviously just for time, I want to make sure that we're ready to go. I'm just going to take a drink. We're going to 10 seconds now. Once that's done the countdown, then we can carry on and do what we've been doing just all the way along. You can see it's kind of like the same process each time. There we go. There we are. So bringing this one in now. So bringing our foil again, you'll find it's always shiny side down. Then we're popping the vellum over the top too. Bringing in my shim, popping that over the top, and then we're just popping our plate again. So as that goes all the way through, bringing that through. Few of you loving the mug again, I can see just popping up here at the side of me. So there we go, waiting for this to come through. Again, this will also work with the big Gemini. You will just need the extender plate to go with that, which I'm sure will be available too. Let's bring these ones in. So if I then remove this out the way, let's just bring this one in for you to see. Like so. There we go, look at that. Look at that. There we go. And you know what I am going to do again? After we've done this demonstration, I know I've done it twice already, but I'm going to do the technique with the waist for this one. Could you imagine how that looks once it's been done through? So what we'll do is we'll do this demonstration and then we'll do the technique again by using the waist because I really want, it's one of my favourites and I can see that many of you are loving it too. So there we go. So let's just take that plate. Again, you've got your heat-proof grips if you need. That comes with the natural foil press. That will be on the 13th, but there we go. Bringing this one in like this one. So we've got our vellum ready, and then all that we're going to do now is we're going to go with, we'll do the sentiment first here. So what we're just going to do, because it's the sentiment, we're just going to come down to 20 seconds, keeping it on low, bringing that all the way down. So all that we're doing is I'm just setting that on, and I'm pressing start. As you can see, each time I've got my cardstock and my foil ready to go. And then that just means if I didn't, and I waited till the countdown, then that means that that foil stamp is going to stay on longer than it should. It might just be 3-4 seconds. That's when you can get over foiling, which means you get patches of foil where you don't want it. So it's quite imperative to actually have it all ready to go, so you can go straight on, pop your foil, pop your cardstock, and then your carbon plate over the top. Pulling that out, sliding that out, and popping that through, like that. So as that comes down, then going to move on and do exactly the same with the bauble. We are keeping it all with the gold. Again, you could be changing the colour. but that's glitter card that we've done, that's you know, cardstock that we've done, that's now vellum that we've done, so many different ones. If I then peel that off, look at that, there we go. So that's that one, and then once again, so popping that in, I'm just going to lift that one up. So we're now taking the bauble, like this one here, and then exactly the same. All that we're going to do is I'm just going to pop that on, and then we're leaving it at 20 seconds because it's still a small one, a bit like that, and we're pressing start. So I'm just going to pop that on as well, so we're ready to go. And as that's counting down, I can get these wee bits and pieces ready and popped on, because we're going to carry on, like I say, once we've shown you this one and then done the actual technique with the background, we'll carry on with the demos so we can get these finished off. So there we go, as we're ready to go, and that's the way to beep. Take these off, we've got our foils, and then we've got our cardstock. Now these foils, the foils that you need are the ones that can be used for the heat. Now ours, Leanne and the team, the product development team, these foils have been made specifically for our hot foil press, because with our one, like any other ones, our foils need to work with lower heat settings as well as higher heat settings. So, you know, others on the market out there, it's just the one temperature, one time, whereas ours are now made and they work perfectly for low temperatures as well as higher temperatures. So that's why they've been specifically made. There we go. So if I then pull that off as well, look at that one. Look at all of these. So that's these ones done. So that's the bauble and that's the background. So we've done the bauble and the sentiment has been done onto the cardstock. That's white smooth 300 GSM, and then we've also got the big background die that you can see that's been foiled onto vellum, and no problem at all. So there's popping these back. I'm being quite good today and managed to keep myself organised. It's not usually like that, is that? So we're going to keep this one to the side at the moment because we'll do that technique in a minute, but I do have some bits and pieces already done. So if I bring these ones in, ones that I have prepared earlier. So I've done the Christmas wishes on this one and just done a bit of matting and layering. Then I've also done the bauble and I've just freehand cut it. So that's all that I've done with that one there. Again, what you could be doing is do it a couple of times and do your matting and layering and create good height with it with your Collal or 3D glue gel. And then with this one here, what we've just done is we've just kind of done that torn effect that you can see just there. So you can see all the way just down that side there, it gives you that effect. So all that we're going to do, we've done our bits of matting and layering, pulling these out the way. Then bringing in, we've just got a bit of cardstock here that we've already got. So all that I'm going to do, just very, very roughly, just at a bit of an angle. And then all that I'm just going to do is fold that over. Just crease that down if you've got your bone folder as well, which I do. So I'm just going to move that out. I just want to have a nice, clean, crisp line. And I will, again, you can be using your tape runner, that will work just absolutely perfectly, but I will, just because it's vellum onto glitter card, I am just going to use our red liner tape. Popping that on there, all the way around, snipping that off. And then that just means it's going to stick onto the vellum. So peeling these off, just the background off, that one and that one, picking that up using our pokey tool. And then once again, what I'm just going to do is marry that back up to the way that I had it and fold that over like this one. So once again, with the matting and layering, because we're going on to black, not black, we're going on to glitter card. I'm just going to use our actual red liner tape. But then what you could also be doing that I would tend to do is just come in with either your white glue that you see me using in this one here, or your Collal glue gel, and use that one, especially just with it going on to glitter card. That just means once it's dried, it's soaked into the cardstock on the back, and then also just it's just going to settle into the glitter card like so. So there we go. So we're just going to snip these off, and as we're going to peel these ones off again, like that one, like the way that I've just done. And then what I will just show you, just so you know what I mean, just going to take our white glue and I'm just going to go over the top, just here, just very quickly over there. That just means now that once that's in place, we've got the red liner tape that's going to hold it all the way around, and it's going to keep it in situ. And then that white glue underneath, that's going to dry, that's going to soak into the white cardstock, but also it's also going to soak into the glitter card, and that's going to be dry, and it's going to be really, really, I won't say rock solid, but it's going to be in place and it's not going to move. So that's this one here. We can then start to assemble the rest of them. So moving that out the way. So we've got our Christmas wishes. Then we've also got this one here. So again, what we're going to do, we're going to layer this one up. We're bringing it in with our 3D foam pads. So we're going to I'm just going to put a few just for speed. You can spend a lot more time as well. And peeling these ones off, like this one. And then also, final one, taking that off. We're then going to position that just kind of in the bottom. And then for this one here, I'm just going to very slightly manipulate that just within my fingers, just to create some shape to it. Once again, what I'm going to do this time, what I am going to do is I want to make that just a wee bit higher. So as you can see, just in there. So I'm going to take this first one off. If we can lift this one off and peel the back off. On this one, you can tell I just cut my nails because I can't get a grip of it. There we go. There we are, and then we're just going to make that just a wee bit higher, like that. So we're just adding 2 on, and that's just going to add a bit more height to it. Then we can then just very slightly overshadow, overshape that onto that one, and then bringing that one in for you to see. There we go. So we've used the background, Christmas wishes, and we've also used the baubles as well.